everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Yumi from Yumi the Book Demon, and this is the official Demonathon announcement. I know a lot of people are very excited about this, and I'm excited to be doing this again. I think this is the 6th one that we've done. We are back again, and this is the Gothic library. If you are new here, this works a little bit differently than a lot of other readathons. You will still have to read, and you'll still have to, collect points and whatnot, but there is a pre-adventure portion, which I'm going to explain, and then that will launch us into January. So, first things first, the website opens on December 18th. That is a Sunday. And that's Sunday sort of my time because I actually have to update all of the social media and make sure that you all have the link, but it will be up sometime Sunday. And don't worry if you are not there on the 18th because you'll have 2 weeks to sign up, 2 weeks to go through the entire website. Even if you find this video on January 1st, 2023, you can still sign up. You can still go through the website. It will be open. So there's plenty of time to actually do that. So don't worry if you miss the first day. This pre-adventure portion is comprised of a bunch of different things. The website is quite large and it has a adventure. It has a story to it. So once you get into the website, you'll be met by Sage and Alfie, who are our senior summoners who help us out. And then you'll be asked to go to the cabins. You will meet a couple of interesting demons who are telling you that the library is a little bit messed up and they would like to fix it, and they would like your help to fix it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Absolutely, we're fine. Yes. After that, you will be asked to either search the graveyard, search the library, sign the ledger, and possibly go to a reading nook. Now, however you want to do this, you should do this all by January 1st. I suggest that you either sign the ledger if you know what you're doing and you have no qualms about any of this, go ahead and sign the ledger, and we'll go through that first. Signing the ledger is signing up for the readathon. You gotta sign up for the readathon so that I have all your names, so that we can get everything organized on the spreadsheets and whatnot. So I do have an open and close date for this. When you go sign the ledger, it's just going to go to a Google Forms. We'll just ask for a few bits of information so that I can contact you and put you on the ledger. Then you will also be asked which team you want to declare for, which is one of our 2 demons, and then also if you want to do hard mode. If you would like to do hard mode, that is the giveaway. It is the challenge mode, which means that it's significantly more than what normal mode is. That is up to you. I'll explain hard mode in a little bit once I get through the whole thing. So you've signed up and you've declared a team and you want to go find out what's wrong with the library. So you go to the library. You've already gotten a tarot card, which is essentially just a password to get into the first room. That trend is going to continue. So I suggest you have a pad of paper or put it in your phone somewhere because you're going to be collecting prompts, helper demons, and you're going to be collecting passwords. Passwords will get you into the next room. Once you're there, you will actually go into the adventure portion, which is the story portion. You can blaze through this, or you can pause, take a break, and come back whenever you want. In past years, I've made a maze. This is not a maze. This is straight through, just bang, 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 bang. Now, the prompts are a little bit different this year. Typically, it's just a reading prompt. However, I did make a poll a number of months ago asking if people would be interested in sort of creative prompts, and a lot of people said yes. So we have, for the first time ever, creative prompts, and it's an either or. You can do the reading prompt if that is what you like and that is what you think you can do, or you can do a creative prompt. You don't have to do both in order to get credit. You can just do a reading prompt or a creative prompt. If you would like to do both, you are more than welcome to, but you don't have to. The points are broken down this way. With the normal rules, you can do as many or as few prompts as you like, understanding that some of the prompts count for Grimoire, our first demon, and some of them count for Larai, which is the second demon. So if you are Team Grimoire, you might want to do more Grimoire prompts. If you are Team Larai, you might want to do more Larai prompts. You don't absolutely have to, but if you are Team Grimoire and you do a Larai prompt, that is going to go to the next one. So just be aware of that as you walk through. You can do as many or as few prompts as you'd like. Sorry, editing Yumi here, and I said this backwards. You can use a book to cover more than one reading prompt, and you can use a project to cover more than one creative prompt. I don't suggest this, but if one book covers all of the prompts, you can just do one book. You will only get credit for once for the number of pages read, but you will get the extra points for completing every one of the prompts separately. So here's the point breakdown. For the reading prompts, every book is worth 10 points. This is only earned if you complete the book. So I read a 350-page book and I also finished it. Then you get the 10 points. Every page read is worth 1 point. So I read a 350-page book, that's 350 points. If I finish it, that's an extra 10 points. If that book was written by someone who is of a marginalized background, someone who is a person of color, someone who is part of the LGBTQ plus community, someone who has a disability, whether that's neurodivergence or a physical disability, if they identify as someone who is marginalized, you get an extra 5 points. Now, for creative projects, it works a little bit differently, and the points work a little bit differently. Every prompt that is attempted and completed is worth 250 points, flat out, straight out. That doesn't mean that it's, finished, ready to go, like absolutely would be publishable, that it is complete. That is a different thing. But it started a sketch and the sketch is done, then you can move on to a next step, then that's 250 points. If you complete the project, as in it is ready to be published, it is ready to go and get uploaded onto a website so you can make money off of it or something to that effect, then it's worth an extra 50 points. So for each creative project, you could get a total of 300 points. Again, you may use as many or as few projects as you like. However, if you use one project to complete throughout, you can only get that extra 50 points once, because then it's one project that has been completed, that is ready to be shown to the public. Now, if you choose to do all creative projects, the only reading that you have to do is the group read, which is a short story. It is free online. And if you don't want to sit and read it, it is actually on a podcast. It's on the website, so you can listen to it. It's about 18 to 20 minutes, I think. So it's pretty short. And it is creepy. I will warn you now that there are a few trigger warnings, content warnings that come with our short story this time around. Here's the list. I hesitate to say them out loud because I think I know I wrote them down somewhere, but I don't have those notes, so I will just put them here. If this is not good for you in any way, you don't absolutely have to do the group read, but this would be the only actual reading that you would have to attempt if you chose to do all creative projects. So in the Despairing Library, there are 9 rooms to go through, so 8 different reading and creative prompts, and the last one will be our group read. If you are doing the normal, regular way, you do not have to attempt every single one of these, and you do not have to attempt both the creative and the reading prompts. You can do one or the other, and you can do any sort of mix as you want. Now, once you're done with the library, you might want to go and do the graveyard. Graveyard is where we find our challenge 3, 4, and 5. Challenge 1 is always to post your TBR. Challenge 2 is always to introduce your demon in some way, shape, or form. And this demon is not going to be Grimoire or Larai. Those are just teams. We don't need to introduce them. We already know them. No, it's the one that you want to contract with. Now, to announce your demon can be something that is historically accurate, something that comes from a particular culture, your region. It can be your pet. It can be a person. I've had a couple people use real people, and I'm not going to say no because I think it's funny, but you have to find a demon that you want to contract with, because this is your ultimate goal for doing Demonathon, is to get a contract. If you don't have a historic demon, or if you don't have a person or a pet, you can also find a picture online, as long as you credit the artist, and hopefully if you have a link, that would be wonderful as well, so that we can support them. And also, if you want to make your own, if you are an artistic person and you want to draw or describe your demon, you can absolutely do that. These are things that you can announce on any form of social media, or YouTube is also a viable way. Just make sure that you at Demonathon if we would like to repost and share and build the community. We also have a Discord that you can post on, and the link will be down below for that if you are not joined already, because I make a lot of announcements over there as well. Going back to the graveyard, you will have a mini adventure in the graveyard, and this is a little bit of a slower adventure. These are our polls. So depending on how you all collectively answer these polls, you will get a different challenge. The first poll will be open on the 18th, and you will have 3 days to answer the poll. How you all collectively vote will influence challenge number 3. That will be presented to you on the 21st. The 21st, there will be a new small adventure and a new poll. Then it will be on the 24th that you'll have to come back and get a new poll and get a new little adventure. And every time you get a new update, you will get a new challenge, and it will be embedded within that new section. It's a little bit slower, it's a little bit more fun and interactive, and you do still have to come back to the website in order to get those other challenges. Now, challenges are optional, but they're usually pretty easy, and they're 5 points each. They're highly encouraged for you to do because they're easy points, and they'll just give you a little bit of a bump for your reading. Now, if you're doing normal mode, technically, Yes, the points matter. The points matter because if you don't get a secret number of points, it's not hard, I promise. You don't hit that secret number of points, you will not get your contract. It's really not that hard. We just want to make sure that people are actually putting in the work, they're doing the work, which is again the reason I don't suggest you do one book for all of the prompts. I suggest you do at least 2 to 3. Real quick, we're going to go over helper demons. There are 4 helper demons that you will meet along your adventure during the disappearing library section. These are optional. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but if things are getting a little bit challenging or you find something that you really need help with or you wish you could have done, these helper demons are there in order to make the readathon a little bit easier. But you will find them and they will be listed on the website later on in case you forget or you find that you need them later on. When you announce your TBR, you do not have to announce your helper demons. Those are going to be done at the end of the readathon and it's fine. Don't worry about them. Just know that they're there to help you. You may use every one of those helper demons exactly once. So you have 4 helper demons at your disposal. I also want to stick in your ear that on the 21st, which is the winter solstice, is Darkest Night. And if you've been around for a while, you know that Darkest Night has a very big significance to the Demonathon lore. I would come back to the website and maybe take a look around the cabins a little bit to see perhaps if a visitor has stopped by and may give you an extra little oomph for Demonathon. So I definitely suggest you come back for Darkest Night. So now we have to talk about hard mode because hard mode is a lot more challenging. Hard mode means that you have to attempt every single challenge. Again, this can be a mix of reading challenges and creative challenges, but there are 8 prompts, so you have to do at least 8. You can do both the creative prompts and the reading prompts. You do not have to though. Just make sure that for every single room that you go to, you pick at least one of the prompts to do. You also have to use a separate book or a separate project for every single room that there is. So additionally, you have to do every single challenge. Post them somewhere and make sure that you tag us at Demonathon. You may attempt extra reading, but it is 10 points per completed book and no extra pages count. So I encourage you to look at your reading selections very strategically so that you make sure that you get as many pages possible out of your reading. I have confidence that you will be able to figure out the best point situation for you. As far as helper demons are concerned, you may only use 1 helper demon. 1, not 1 time each, just 1. And if you choose to use the one that destroys your TBR, which is available, the special effect still holds. You still pass the readathon, it's fine, but you are ineligible for the giveaway. So why would you attempt hard mode? Like, this seems ridiculous. Attempting hard mode means that you automatically get your contract. There is no failing. So it behooves you a little bit to do hard mode. This is where the reading nook comes in. You'll just go to the reading nook, get a little bit of a paragraph because you are not contracting with just Grimoire or just Lirai. You're contracting with both this time. The last thing I'm going to talk about, I'm sorry this is going really long, is how to keep track of your points. On January 2nd, because that's the day after all of the signups close, you will get the link to these spreadsheets. The spreadsheet link is also in the FAQ on the website. They will not be available to touch until January 2nd. And again, that's January 2nd, my time, when I get everything completed. There are going to be 3 tabs underneath the spreadsheet, and that is Grimoire, that is Lirai, and that is hard mode. So if you signed up for Team Grimoire, you are going to be underneath the tab for Team Grimoire. Please only work on your line. Make sure that you've completed it by the end of the readathon, and make sure that on January 2nd, when I've announced that everything is open and completed, please look for yourself. And if for some reason I've missed you, we will resolve that. Go ahead and DM me wherever you can, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll try to fix that. The actual reading portion of the readathon runs from January 1st to January 31st. That is the reading period. That is the creative period. On January 31st, you can still read or create anything. At midnight your time, January 31st, everything is over, everything is done. Now, February 1st is the last day that you can input all of your numbers. So if you are like, flying finish to the end and it is midnight and you just cannot bring yourself to input all of your remaining numbers into the spreadsheet, don't worry, go to bed. You can still do it the next day. On February 2nd, I get to go through all of your numbers, and depending on whose team wins, it will determine the outcome of the ending of the Demonathon, because Demonathon has an ending. Again, unlike other readathons, you do have to come back. You have to keep coming back to the website. In that, you will get an email with a link to the particular ending that you get. If you pass, you'll get one ending. If you fail, you get another. And hard mode gets their own special little treat at the end, as they always do. So please make sure that you check your emails on February 2nd, and also make sure that when you sign up, that you've given me the correct email to contact you. If I don't have an email, I can't give you your ending, which kind of sucks. That, I believe, is everything. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I also want to make one last little announcement, because we have merch. Cheyenne always makes me a bunch of like sticker packs and a bunch of different graphics, and here are a few of them right here. They're really fun. I have a Cabinet of Curiosities sweater that I should have probably worn, but it's really nice. It's pretty high quality. It's on Redbubble. Go do the thing. Support her. I get none of the money. All the money goes to her, but please support her. She does this every year for free. And if you are interested in getting past Demonathon merch, it is also there as well. Link will be down below, and also it is in the Linktree that Demonathon has, because Demonathon now has Linktree. Last thing is that most of the time I keep in touch with people through Twitter. With the uncertainty of the future of Twitter, I highly suggest that you also follow us on Instagram, and also follow join the Discord. This would just be to keep up with anything going forward, if for whatever reason Twitter decides to go away. Also, if you want more information, of course, this YouTube channel is always where I make the announcements. It's just, I will not be making miniature announcements for every time something new is up here. All right, I think that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below if you haven't already, for content that will be better than this. Hopefully someday I will actually make content and not just do live shows. Thank you so much for being here for another Demonathon. I really loved running this. I spend so much time making the website and making the stories, and it makes it worth it when you all come around and sign up. Thank you so much. And I will see you in a week and in the next video. All right, bye.
She said it will never go away. I know there is nothing left to say. Can we try to hold on just for now, even if we don't know how to show them what we're all about? Oh.